Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the managing director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing Thai tax certification. We're specifically discussing this in the context of business visas. And tax certification, and what we're talking about here is things like VAT, corporate income tax, withholding tax, Social Security, all the taxes associated with maintaining a business. We're talking about this in the context of a business visa, and although they're not quite directly related, they're very pertinent to one another, although sort of tangentially related. So all this tax certification is oftentimes a prerequisite for obtaining work authorization in Thailand, and work authorization is a prerequisite for gaining a B visa oftentimes, as well as extension of B visa status here in Thailand. So in a lot of ways, tax certification is very relevant for purposes of maintaining business visa status here in the kingdom. And something that comes up a lot, especially with respect to new ventures, is the timing associated with tax certification and getting one's labor certification and thereafter getting one's B visa status sorted out. And for this reason, we find that you got to be really assiduous with getting the timing right on getting the documentation filed and correctly formalized, because failure to do so can result in some really sort of unforeseen, unfortunate consequences for folks if they can't get their documentation done, because it's like tumblers in a lock. One thing is dependent on another, and one certification will act as a prerequisite for another piece of documentation, which is then necessary for another piece of documentation to get, for example, a business visa extension or application lodged. So the thing to take away from this video, for those who find themselves in kind of and oftentimes you can find yourself in sort of a Gordian knot situation, a lot of catch-22s associated with this. For those who find themselves in such a set of circumstances, it may be a good idea to contact a legal professional in order to gain some insight and guidance into how best to proceed.